So you guys know how to butterfly pork chops? Okay. I'm going to butterfly pork chops, and I'm going to stuff it with this wonderful mixture of apples and dates and walnuts, thyme. These are boneless pork chops. Nice and thick cut. Nice and thick cut. All right, now I start with the fat side. And I'm actually going to go ahead and turn on my heating element because I'm going to sear the pork chops first to give them a brown, and then I'm going to put them into the oven. Again, not on your recipe, but this is what you do. So I'm going to sear them here in the pan and then bake them off in the oven. All right, so to butterfly, all you're doing is just cutting it on the vertical and just laying it out. You can do this with chicken as well. When I do this with chicken, if I go all the way through, I make a cutlet with that chicken. But we're doing pork chops tonight. Okay, and this is what I'm stuffing it with. And this is a mixture, this is what you see here. So I've got the sweet marsala. We used this marsala way back in October. So it's still languishing in our cabinet, so I wanted to use some of it. So I'm using the great sweet marsala wine here. Get this downstairs in the wine department. We have beautiful Gala apples right now downstairs. Really nice, good cooking apple, kind of tart. It's going to hold up really well in this stuffing. Using walnuts, chopped walnuts from the baking department. I am using the pitted dates. I've used those already. But you can use these chopped dates if you want. The ones that have the dextrose on them if you just don't want to go through the trouble of chopping. But I did that. I chopped. And then a little honey, fresh thyme, and this is a lot of fresh thyme actually. I always keep whatever herb I'm not using, I keep it in the freezer. It's really easy to kind of crumble if it's in the freezer. And there's a whole bunch of thyme in this. There's like 2 tablespoons of thyme called for in this recipe. If I'm cooking the thyme, I don't know if you guys were with me in the winter when I was doing this, but if I'm cooking with thyme, I throw the whole stem into the dish, whatever it is, and then I pick it out later because I'm really lazy. And nobody sees me and nobody cares, so it doesn't really matter. So that's what this beautiful mixture is. It's the apples, and I like to, I made it far enough ahead of time because it's really nice if everything can soak. So now the Madeira is soaked into the apples, it's soaked into the dates, it's soaked into the nuts. The thyme has been, is all nice and blended in there. It's had a chance to marry. I hope you guys don't feel like I was cheating you by not showing you how to make this, but I think you guys can do this. There's nothing but chopped fruits and nuts. Okay. I'm going to use my organic canola oil. Again, this is organic canola oil. There's no GMOs in it. This is my favorite canola oil. This is not a canola oil that you can get in the Organic department, you get this in the regular oil department where the baking stuff is. So this is Solio family espresso pressed canola oil. Canola oil is, typically canola is made with genetically modified rapeseed. I don't like that, so I use organic, so I'm not worried about the genetically modified. And then you just proceed to stuff the pork chop. Now, this is since this class is called, you know, sweet and sugar-free, this is a sweet stuffing. But you can use garlic and spinach and Gruyere in this instead of the apples. I think apples are really nice. This is kind of a fallish dish, but that's okay. This can also be grilled, right? It doesn't have to be baked and blah, blah. It can be grilled. And I just love how the Madeira and the apples taste with the pork, with the sweet pork chop. Okay, now here comes the complicated part. So now what you want to do is you want to kind of sew up the butterfly, getting as much of the stuffing in as you possibly can. You want to sew it up with toothpicks. Does everybody stuff? Have you stuffed pork chops before? You guys made stuffed pork chops before? Does it look fun? Does it look like something you'd like to try? What?
My son does pork chops like that.
Does he? Do you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a little, you know, it's just a little different creative kind of way of getting a nice side item going at the same time with your meat. It's a nice something to present to your family. It's not hard. It's very easy. So these toothpicks are just kind of going in at an angle, so I'm picking up, and the toothpicks are kind of getting as flat as I can get them into the chop, so I can flip them over on the pan and they don't pick up the pork chop. Okey-doke. Probably another thing I'm going to do, again, not on the menus, on the recipe sheets, but I'll probably go ahead and just cook the greens in the same skillet without cleaning the skillet. So there's some nice pork chop fat in the skillet with the greens. I've got a friend here, Brainer. He was up here a little earlier today, and he saw the pork chops. He saw the greens that I'm going to make, and he goes, "How are you going to make those greens?" And I told him I was going over the olive oil and lemon and blah, blah, blah. He goes, "Ooh, that's not how we make greens at home." I said, "No." He goes, "We use pork fat and blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Well, good idea. I'll use that. I'll use whatever's in the skillet to cook the greens in as well." So I'm just going to give these pork chops a quick sear. and then put them on a pan, put them in the oven, done deal. So this is I try to make the recipes a 20-minute maximum. So people have time to go outside and enjoy their day, their wine, their beer, their family, their Kool-Aid, their lemonade. Okay. Anybody have any questions on these? On the pork chops? I'm going to put them in the oven. I'm just going to brown them on, they're browning in the skillet, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven. I'm looking for my spatula. Everything just kind of walks away. What is this? 350. Thank you for asking, because again, I didn't put that in the recipe. So it's a 350, preheated 350 degree oven. And they're going to go in there for about 15 minutes. Or actually, more like, yeah, 15 minutes. So, or 155 internal temperature. And you want to flip these, when you flip them, you want to flip them away from the opening. See, doesn't that look pretty? And if you just bake them, they don't get that nice sear to them. So I wanted to get that nice sear on them. Y'all going to the race this week? Oh, come on. Nobody's racing? Oh, everyone's going crazy here about the race, that's for sure. What? Oh gosh, it's a wonderful thing for Bristol. It's a huge event here. And this is a Food City sponsored race. So, yeah, too cold. Okay, so this is all looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the baking pan. That looks real nice. What? What do you put? How he stuffs his pork chop? Really? Good.